Welcome back to Open Line. Lots of calls. Let's just go right back to the phones. Let's go to Dawn. Dawn is on line 3 over here. Hello, Dawn.
Hello.
Go right ahead. What's on your mind?
Hi. So I know that you guys have really been beat up a little bit tonight, but, you know, from my perspective, I've known Steve Glover a long time in regarding all the policies and the fights that he's done for Nashville and for the people. And I've seen you put in alternate budgets to try to balance things out. You're a little bit more of a hero and a folklore at one point in time, I'm sure, in the future, because of all the incredible work that you've done to try to make everything work. Nashville Davidson County has been hit with an incredible double tragedy. No one was expecting a tornado. They weren't expecting a pandemic. And we have to figure out how to take care of that. Unfortunately, it is not great timing, but neither was a tornado and a pandemic. The taxes that they're looking at raising to try to get the city back to its normal funding, it's unfortunately necessary. If not, then we're looking at laying off teachers and police officers, EMT workers, your healthcare workers, health department, people that are so critical to us right now. We just can't afford that. But also, when you look at the history for the taxes have been extremely low here in Nashville. They've been well below the national average. And even adding the tax that you're proposing, it's still going to be putting us below the national average. Like I said, not the best timing, but it's just something that it's necessary to do. We just have to buckle up. We have to band together and get through that particular piece. And I mean, Nashville has sustained such incredible growth. When I moved here 17 years ago, there was more businesses boarded up on Broadway than they had businesses that were actually running. And you find every place full now. You find this exponential growth going on.
Let me let both of them talk. Well, Dawn, thank you. I think they both would like to comment on that and really make this kind of your closing statements if you want to go there. But Councilman, what do you think about what she said? And then I'm going to go to Brad.
Well, let me say this. First of all, Dawn, thank you for reaching out and saying what you said. I appreciate that. Yes, it is challenging. And we didn't have a double whammy. We had a triple whammy. We had the tornado, then we had the COVID-19, then we had a massive windstorm that actually came through that was more devastating than we'd ever seen in our city as far as one-time occurrence of a mass devastation of our infrastructure and electrical poles. So, yes, I agree with you. The problem is, with all of this that's happened and occurred, there are too many people out of work right now to look at this type of an increase on the taxes. I don't believe that we ever talk about raising taxes before we talk about how do we cut expenses. And so therefore, that's what I proposed. And yes, I have proposed various things in the past. Last year was about a 3.5% property tax increase, which it killed me. This year, I didn't even want to be close to that because I didn't feel like we had to be. However, given the circumstances and where we are, I have reached the conclusion that we have to do something, but we have to do it where it's equitable and it's fair for the taxpayers and the city as a whole.
And Brad,
and so therefore, Ben, always thank you.
Well, yes, thank you. Brad, I mean, so we're at a point where people talk about cutting the fat and that kind of thing. You say there's no more cutting we can do.
Yeah, I really just admire Dawn for kind of, really capturing what we have to do here in this moment, that we have to be better prepared so when this next situation happens, we're not caught with the situation we are now. There just aren't cuts to be made. I think about the over 1,000 people who work at our public schools who make a median of $22,000 a year, and that's for full-time workers. There's no way you could ask them to take less. We've seen studies that say it takes $80,000 to live comfortably in Nashville. So I think the fact that we have full-time employees helping educate our children and making $22,000 a year really is telling, and it really is the perfect example of there is no fat to cut in those kind of situations.
Brad, thank you for being with us. Councilman, thank you for being with us. We could talk about this a lot longer, but we have to take a break and we have to go. But I wish you both well. Thank you for being with us. We'll take a break, everybody. Be back right after this.